Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear, or at least loud or clear, or just clear, maybe loud, but I don't know. Nobody's talking right now. Man, are they all sleeping? Yeah, I put out an alert. Because nobody responded to my alert, so I sent it out on my own because y'all just took forever. All right, I can hear people. You should have been looking at the chat. You would have seen it. All right. No, I'm always working. Stop it, Joey. I will come down to the training center and we will have words. So it looks like now everybody is chiming in. Sing out. Carol always wants me to sing out. Sing out loud, sing out strong, sing of good things, not bad. Sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song. All right, there you go, Carol. That's just for you. All right, a lot of people like me to sing. Some people don't like me to sing. But why you turn that up? Why you messing with stuff on my other screen? What you doing that for? All right. Oh, I just heard it. I just heard it hit. The alert hit. Man, a lot of companies reported yesterday. How about that Tesla report? Beat earnings, missed revenue, but stocks up like 20% today. Good googly muggly. Up 20. Yeah, that's right. Up 20% today. Ryan took a short position in it yesterday in his portfolio. He's already got stopped out of it. I didn't do anything with it. And we watched it live. We did the live earning call on the channel yesterday. How many of you showed up for it? Just type a 1 in the room. How many of you showed up for the live earnings call yesterday? We will tend to do that with the big name stocks. So I think next week we're looking at AMD maybe. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We do it every time NVIDIA comes out. We're going to do it on the big name stocks so we can hear. And it was interesting. A couple of things that Ryan and I took from the live stream on a live call yesterday is the 20 to 30% growth on vehicles. That's a big call on Elon's part. And then the robo-taxi, a.k.a. Cybercab, he talked about. I talked a little bit about the truck. Not a lot. But I think he sort of kind of had to make up for the flop in the robo-taxi presentation. So, as soon as he said 20 to 30% vehicle growth, a lot of people were happy about that, and it definitely moved the stock. Amir says, I sold it before they released earnings. Now, Amir, I'm not mad at you for doing that. I just didn't think that it was going to go up as much as it did. I didn't think it was going to go up, but it did. If you're not short Tesla, do you sell? No, if it's moving up, we'll take a look at it today. It's in my list of stocks to look at today. Manage it. The stock is up 20%. It's still coming out of the doldrums. I don't know if the report is enough to sustain it long term. We will definitely take a look. Don't forget his goal to get to level 1 on the, what the heck is the Kardashev scale? Is that something? What is the Kardashev scale? I don't know what that is. What's up, JD? I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to see you. What can somebody tell me what the Kardashev scale is? I don't know what that is. Love and CLS. That's another good play. We talked about it, I think, on a live stream yesterday. Oh, it was in one of our portfolios. It is in one of our portfolios. All right, it is in one of our portfolios. All right, so if you're not short Tesla, do you sell? I think that right now, until it tells you to sell, you leave it alone. A nice, good up day in Tesla. All right, let's go look at what's going on in the market with Tesla's news earnings. Majority of the market is up. The Dow is the only one that's slightly down about 0.5%, but everything is up, and it's not up by a lot. The Kardashev scale is a method of measuring a civilization's level of technical advancement based on the amount of energy it is capable of harnessing and using. Oh. That's a lot of words. I got to thank you for that, Ben. I appreciate that. That's a lot of words. If you don't own Tesla, do you buy? Again, Akshaya, we will look at the stock. I did mention that. We will look at the stock in regards to what to do if you're not in it. Tesla 14-day ATR is 1105. I would be very careful. What's the trading range? Oh, wait a minute. It's up 18. What's the trading range today? All right, because that's a good methodology in regards to if you own it or not. I don't know what the range is today, but it's normally trading at $11.05 range. And even if I did a 2-time ATR, that'd be $22. All right, that would be $22. And as long as it's within my $22, I'm fine. As long as it's in the range of my $22, I'm fine because I'm going to put it 2 times on the average true range. All right, trading up 43. Wow, it's up $43. That is way out. So, based on that, Akshaya, based on the ATR, I'd probably take it off the table because that's a lot outside of the average true range. That is a lot outside the average true range. And I think that it just goes to show that it's news driven. It just goes to show that it's news driven. I'd be careful with that. $43 outside. $43 is the range where even if I multiply the average true range by 2 is $22. That's a lot of movement. That's a lot of movement. And Janice backed up JD. $43, $44. That's a lot of move. That just goes to show that it really is news driven. I don't know if it has the sustainability to keep it moving, but we'll take a look at it. We will definitely take a look at PCT is rocking one of your picks. I love the idea that when you guys let me know some of the picks that Ryan and I have talked about, that you see you're making money. I love it. Elon Musk tweeted 15 times yesterday, so that means the stock will fly right. We'll see. Straighten up and fly right. All right, let's get into the software real quick. And let's go take a look at the market timing graph. And there it is. Now, this concerns me as well. Here's a definitive uptrend in the market. Between the last 3 days, we've broken through the uptrend. That gives me a bearish feel on the market, a little bit, not much, because that's a definitive uptrend. So we've broken down through the trend line. MTI is at 1.14, so the market does have more room to the upside before we start to look for a top. The buy to sell ratio is still above 1, which means that during this uptrend, more stocks were participating in the rally and becoming buy recommendations. And RT is below 1, so with this drop below the trend line, the market's back overall in a downtrend on a short-term basis. So what does that all mean for me? That means I'm going to tell you to be careful. Stocks like Tesla, stocks like UPS, stocks that beat earnings or that are moving up on news, I tell you to be very careful on those stocks. All right, so now that we see what's going on in the market, I'm telling you to be careful. Even though we've got a long protracted uptrend, we just broke through. We got a green bar today, but it's a closed green bar, which means the price is lower than the open today. Let's get into the news and see some of the news stories that are out there that I'm keeping my eyes on. So that first look at the market is giving you some semblance of the conditions of the market for the standpoint of be careful. All right, be careful. Nope, don't want that story yet. Starting here, the U.S. Treasury allows miners to access clean energy manufacturing subsidy. So again, Akshaya has been asking me a lot in regards to clean energy. I'm not a fan of clean energy unless the market's moving up. We broke through the uptrend. Be careful with clean energy right now. But the cleanest of all the clean energies to me still is going to be nuclear or uranium. But this is looking at allowed some mining companies to access tax credit claim to boosting American production of solar panels, lithium-ion batteries, and other clean energy components. A shift in the position after the industry pressure. So now this could be a good sign in regards to clean energy, as some of those stocks we're going to look at iClean, ICLN, to take a look at what's going on there. The next one, UPS shares jumped 6% as volumes rebound fuels third quarter earnings beat. Now, interesting, we're getting into the holiday season. What is the biggest delivery system? Who delivers the most packages? I put that out there. I'll type it in the room. Who delivers the most packages over the Christmas time? I think everybody knows it, but some people may not. Type it in the room. Who delivers the most packages during Christmas time? Nope, not Amazon. No, it's not. Everybody's typing, no, that's not who delivers the most. No, man, see, I'm glad I asked this question. Nope, it's not FedEx. It is the United States Postal Service. And now it's government owned, so it's not actually contributing back into the economy, but it's the United States Postal Service that delivers the most packages during the holiday season. You said Tesla will go up, but they went way up. We're going to take a look at Tesla. Letters, not packages. No, Eugene, they deliver the most packages. Someone back me up on that. They deliver the most packages during the holiday season than anybody, Eugene. Not just letters. I'm not even putting letters into the equation. I'm putting packages. I think so. All right. So we're going to take a look at UPS. Let me see. UPS package revenue totaled $14.5 billion, making a 5.8% year-over-year increase and exceeding the $14.3 billion projected by Wall Street. And just think the United States Postal Service does better than that. That's because they're the cheapest, K Queen says, and I won't say no to that. But they are government owned, and even all that money that they're making ain't going back into the economy. Sigh. All right, now let's start talking about Tesla. Tesla soars after investors cheer Q3 earnings report. Big move on Tesla. Surge on Thursday after mixed third quarter. So they beat earnings but missed revenues. All right, investors cheered the beat on adjusted earnings per share and higher gross margins, in addition to the news that Tesla's cheaper electric vehicle is on track for production. That's another big thing. Now, let's go into the next story. Tesla aims for bold future with the Cybercab, a.k.a. the Robo-Taxi. He talked about a growth range of 20 to 30% next year. That's a big, bold move or statement going into next year, though he cautioned it as a best guess. All right, so I guess he had to cover himself a little bit. Tesla speculation stock goes down more than it goes up. USPS is the most frequently used shipping method in the U.S. e-commerce, 54% of the top 500. Again, it is. They did deliver a lot. Musk gives update on the Cybercab. Wedbush analyst reiterates a buy on Tesla. Another company that made money, Whirlpool. Whirlpool gains with higher prices making up for tepid sales. And it's interesting how, with the rising, the high interest rates, the high inflation, even though it's cooling, companies are doing this. They have to put out higher prices. Now, guess what? When your fridge goes down, what do? You got to buy another one, no matter how expensive it is, right? So, in the idea of higher prices for appliances, I think we're all caught between a rock and a hard place. Whirlpool is a big name in the space, and with the higher prices, it made it a better. They made money. They made money. Whirlpool, the owner of Maytag, rose early trading Thursday after reporting better than expected earnings and reaffirming its full year sales forecast. People need a toaster. They need all that stuff. They need dishwashers. You know something? I ain't had a dishwasher when I was a kid. I was the dishwasher. You know what I'm saying? I was the dishwasher. How many of y'all were the dishwashers growing up? Just type a me in the room. How many of you were the dishwashers? I know I was. We didn't have no dishwasher. I was happy that we had a washing machine. But when I got of age, my mama taught me how to wash my own clothes. And I washed my own clothes. When I got of age, I had to do the dishes. Mama didn't play. And I see all these memes popping up because it's true. I was the garbage taker too, Bill. That's right. I had to take out in New York, I didn't have to take out the garbage because it all went down on the street. And I don't know. I don't remember taking out garbage. I didn't have to do that. But I did have to wash dishes. I need those Tesla robots. I don't need no robot to do that. My wife be like, yo, baby, put the stuff in the dishwasher. It's easier to just wash it. It's easier to just wash it than to put in the dishwasher. All right, next story. How about Boeing? The workers reject the latest offer. And you know why? It's because it's all about pensions. Boeing said pensions is off the table. And the Boeing workers are like, nah, we want our pension. I don't know how this is going to fare out, because I know how it's going to have to fare out. If they don't pay them their pensions, they're going to have to give them an ungodly amount of raise in order. They went from the workers making $75,000 an hour, or $75,000. Man, if I made $75,000 an hour, I take it. But $75,000 a year up to over $100,000 a year, and they said no, they want their pensions. So I don't know. I don't know how to. Hemi, that's a new name. I still doing the dishes. I hear you, Hemi. I hear you. My parents made us take turns to wash the dishes. Well, I was the only child for 9 years, so I was it. What's happening with Spirit Airline? Boeing and Spirit are back and forth. The Boeing stuff, the Boeing woes are hurting Spirit. The Boeing woes are hurting Spirit. So I didn't have that as one of my stories today. But this is a big story. All the strike is going on, and Boeing is being affected by it. Boeing is being affected by it. So how many Tesla robots do you have as a kid? I don't know. John, what did John say? I don't know. Just a few. You didn't have no robots. You had no more. Boeing is not on my confidence list. JSS 1941. I like another new person chiming in. It's not on my confidence list either. But this strike is going to hurt them more and more and more. They're not going to be able to fulfill orders. They're still getting orders for planes, but they're not going to be able to fulfill it. All right, next one, Palantir. Now, everybody knows that I'm still trading fast. Oh, by the way, just for the sake of transparency, I did pick up SoFi today. So now I'm in 3 stocks. Palantir, NVDL, and now SoFi. All right, you know me. I like to be transparent in all that I have. Someone said something about triplets. John says, Janice, sounds like, what the heck is Irish triplets? I don't know what that is. We had 6 and there was a chore chart. Lord, I hated the laundry week. 6 robots in 7 years. Wow. A chore chart. That's too much. But hey, however it works. All right. Palantir's AI-driven rally has gone much too far for Wall Street. Now, why am I still bullish on Palantir? And watch the videos for Friday and Monday. They're already recorded because I will be off for the next 4 days. But Palantir is in one of my videos, on one of the videos talking about the performance graph. All right. Palantir is in there. You're going to see why I still am a fan of Palantir, no matter what anybody else says. But make sure you watch the Friday video coming out tomorrow and the Monday video coming out on Monday, where I start talking about the navigational series and how to use the VectorVest graphs. But you're going to see the bona fide benefit of using performance graphs in the state of helping you to make decisions on stocks like Palantir. With all the other troubles Boeing is having, how does the union figure they could even give a 25% raise? Bill G, it's all about the money. That's what it is. It's all. You remember the song? It's all about the. I can't say that, but it's all about the money. Any multi-bagger videos coming up? Not in the current market's condition. Not in the current market's condition. I don't want to get you into speculative plays, big time speculative plays where the market is looking like it wants to go down. So not yet, G Bunny. I want to make sure that they align with the market. So we're going to be looking at Palantir today. How about this? Shell to acquire a 609 megawatt combined cycle gas. See that right there? Gas turbine. The purchase and the sale agreement is expected to close in the first quarter of 2025. Interesting story. The purchase and sale agreement has been signed with the plant's owner, subsidiary of that company. The transaction is subject to regulatory approvals. The deal will bolster Shell's long-term supply and capacity offtake in the deregulated independent system operator. It's a lot of words again. I hate all these stories with all these words. The plant has been functioning since its completion in 2002 and has an average operating capacity of 594 megawatts. That's a lot of energy. John says, those planes have to be built perfectly. Cannot have them falling out of the sky. That's true. Why are you off for 4 days? What do we do without you doing election crazy? Well, since you want to be nosy, Amir, I've got a wedding to do in Ohio, so I'm going to be in Ohio for the next 4 days. I'm going to be in Ohio for the next 4 days. I have a wedding on Saturday. My wife's from Ohio, so we're making it a long weekend. Man, y'all all up in the business. BIDNES. All up in the business. That's all right, Amir. If I didn't want to answer it, though, I would not have. But I will be in Ohio for the next 4 days. My wife and I are driving up tomorrow morning. All right. Hello, Glenn. I washed dishes, cut grass, shoveled snow, and adjusted TV antenna. I did a lot of that stuff. I just didn't have to cut grass or shovel snow. Not in New York. I didn't have to do that. Furby says, good. I like SoFi. I'm in SoFi right now. I was the TV antenna changer and a channel changer. I was the channel changer and the TV antenna. Yeah, so yeah. All right, so interesting about Shell. Next story, Novo Nordisk, and the GLP-1s and all of the other drugs they have. Novo Nordisk diabetes drugs, Ozempic, Ozempic, Ozempic may reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So a side effect from the GLP-1 drug, that's a positive. All right, this could be very, very interesting. Have a fun time at the wedding, Glenn. Channel changer when there were only 3 channels. Oh man, you remember when you had VHF and UHF? If you turned on to the UHF and turned all those channels, you could find cartoons like Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go. Now, for everybody who knows what I'm saying, just type the word LOL, type the letters LOL. If you remember, if you know, you know. But you have to go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go. All right, so just type LOL if you can relate to that. All right, just type LOL if you can relate to that, because it would be like go Speed. It was never on the regular channels. It was never on the regular channels. You had to go, and then you would pass it and go back to. A lot of y'all remember. All right, a lot of y'all remember, but it's true. It's true. If you're sitting back there snickering a little bit, because you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so Novo, this is an interesting story. I want you to keep your eyes on that. Again, that's an unintended side effect. That's a positive thing in regards to Novo Nordisk. All right, next one, gold. How about this? Newmont shares slide after Q3 miss, driven by higher costs. Sigh, look at that, down 8.3% in early trading Thursday after reporting its biggest quarterly profit in 5 years, thanks to surging gold prices. But Q3 adjusted earnings missed expectations. So gold has been on the rise. Ryan's talked a lot about it in regards. He did a video on it last night. And I talked a little bit about that. The direct correlation between the dollar and gold is dissipating. Gold is just doing its own thing like that. Bobby Orr stick hockey game. I didn't get into hockey until way later in life. Richard says, some of the nutritional experts I follow believe that Alzheimer's may be type 3 diabetes. Holy smokes, I got type 2 diabetes. I don't want type 3 diabetes. Remember the Indian at midnight in the national anthem? I do remember the national anthem at shutdown. Then your TV goes into different colors and for the rest of the night. Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. All right, so interesting on Newmont Gold. Even though gold was rocking and rolling, this gold stock got hit. How about another drug company? Viking Therapeutics jumps as obesity updates outshine Q3 beat. So another GLP-1 drug, this one just strictly on beating earnings, 18%. 18%. It improved its liquidity position during the quarter, indicating $930 million in cash equivalents, and short-term investments, up from $362 million. That's a big jump in having cash on hand. That's a big jump. The company stated that the pending FDA feedback from meeting this year's blah, 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 agonist similar to Eli Lilly's blockbuster weight loss drug, Zepbound. Everybody's trying to get into this space. I've got a portfolio that shows that these stocks are starting to hurt a little bit, though. Laugh out loud. You mean more like old. Do you remember Ultraman back in the day? No, I don't remember that. A. Ali says in New York, some people who lived in a building, there were incinerator chutes. Yeah, that was in the projects. The projects had incinerator chutes. My grandmother lived in the projects in Chelsea, and that's how we dumped the garbage. And then when they was burning it, and she lived on the 21st floor. She lived on the 21st floor. All that smoke would start getting into the hallways when they were burning the garbage. Yeah, my building was, what was it? A railroad building. You guys remember that in Brooklyn? Only two apartments on a floor. It went from the bedroom, from the master bedroom to a second bedroom, a long corridor before the bathroom, a little bit more the third bedroom, a little bit more the living room, and a little bit more the kitchen. So yeah, that's where I lived. That's where I lived, and I think they called it the rail car, something like that. But it was just long. It was just long all the way through, three bedrooms, and in the middle we had a courtyard. You can look down into the courtyard, just in the middle. All right. What about the floor model, Glenn? What about the floor model? What do you talk about, JD? All right, Ultraman. And y'all, I don't remember Ultraman. That was before my time. Y'all are older than me. I don't remember Ultraman. I don't know. All right, so that's on VKTX. That's in my list today. How about another stock, Quantum? There it is. QuantumScape sourced 30%. And this has got a breakthrough battery tech that's fueling the hype. Ooh, just made a statement with this stock rocketing over 30% after earnings release sparked a fresh wave of investor enthusiasm. The real driver? The announcement that the company hit a crucial milestone, producing and shipping low volumes of its first B-sample cells for automotive testing. Ooh. All right, so we're going to take a look at that stock. That's big news. That's big news. We called those shotgun houses. I don't remember it being called a shotgun house. Man, that sounds so... there it is. Janice said the same thing. That is called a shotgun house in the South. You open the front door and shoot straight through to the back door. Dang. That's some shooting. But if you look at it, it almost is that way. So, man. Wait a minute. What kind of shotgun you got shoots all the way that far? I'm just asking for a friend. What kind of shotgun you can shoot from the front door? This is a 3-bedroom. This is a 3-bedroom. What are you going to shoot all the way to the back door? If you got some kind of gun that does that, that's a hell of a shotgun. I'm just saying. All right, so QuantumScape is on my list today. And the last one is on our VectorVest site. Go to www.vectorvest.com. We put out stories every single day. Go over to where it says articles. We have articles on swing trading, on options, on stock market news, on retirement. But today, here's a story that was looked at this morning called IBM falls 7% despite AI progress as third quarter results disappoint. Time to sell this stock. And what I like about the stories that we put on our website is that we throw VectorVest behind it. So you hear the story. The story was written by someone who writes for us. He does a really good job, by the way. And then he throws the VectorVest analysis behind it. So, not only is the stock making news, but now he takes it a bit further, and every story that he does is done this way. So I like the story. And then to ask the question, is it time to sell this stock? Utilizing the VectorVest information to help him is all that much better. Who is the person? Where's his name? Jason? His name is Jason. Where's Jason's name at? Sigh. It's in here somewhere. Hold on. Let me move back one. There we go. By VectorVest. It's in here somewhere. But we put out our own stories every day. Yesterday it was about Starbucks. Yesterday also was about inflation. And then the 22nd, Verizon. Folks, if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest software where you can see all of these stocks in here, how about letting us keep you updated on stocks that we have our eyes on, and also incorporating the VectorVest analysis to help you guys make decisions, not just look at the news. All right, but go to www.vectorvest.com. There it is. That's our website. And if you feel compelled and you like the data that you see, take a 30-day trial. If you click on it, you can take a 30-day trial for $9.95. All right, and we talk a lot about what's in here. You know, we do a lot of, look at this. We've consistently outperformed the S&P 500, achieving 15% average annualized return for 2 decades. You don't believe us? Take it. Take the trial. Take the trial. We got so much information. I can get investing for free from Yahoo Finance, Seeking Alpha. Why would I pay for VectorVest? That's a great question. While there are plenty of free sources of financial advice, oftentimes the motivation behind these suggestions are pundits working to offload undesirable stocks. Ooh. On the other hand, VectorVest's success is aligned with our customers. Your success is ours. The guidance VectorVest provides doesn't come from pundits or institutional investors, but rather from a refined mathematical model that takes into account market timing, stock value, and stock safety. VectorVest simplifies this data to allow subscribers to confidently know when to buy and sell. VectorVest investing advice is based on the mathematical models that provide guidance on what to buy and what to avoid and when to do it. There's more questions that are here. If you want answers to, you can do that. Folks, I'm telling you this because you can take a trial to VectorVest for 30 days for $9.95. Out of all my subscribers that are here, is the $9.95 worth it? Just type in yes or no. All my new eyeballs that are in here, I want you to take a look at the chat, because the best sales tool that we have at VectorVest is our subscribers. You can listen to me, you can listen to Ryan, you can listen to Kramer, you can listen to everybody out there and take a look at any piece of information that comes across your email, whatever. But what you're seeing is the answers from true VectorVest subscribers. And I think that they are the best to sell the product, for the lack of a better word, for any of the new eyeballs that are out there. For all of the new eyeballs that are out there, I want you to pay attention to the chat. All right, from that perspective now, let's get back into the program. Let's go take a look at my viewers today. How do you feel about QCOM and Google deal? I did a story. I did a short on it. I did a short on it a while ago, JD. And no, it wasn't me. It was either me or Ryan. One of the two of us did it. I didn't feel any which a kind of way. I'm looking at the Googles, the Microsofts, the other companies that are getting collaborations with the NVIDIAs and the TSMs and all of that kind of stuff. I think all of that bodes well when it comes to the AI space, especially when, wow, Michael, 25, good, googly muggy. We just got us a $25 super chat. Type the W's in the room. Look at me dancing on the screen. Look at that. That's right. Thank you very much for that, Michael. Holy smokes, that is awesome. That is awesome. And Michael, now you've got to give me a stock that you want me to take a look at. You got to give me a stock that you want me to take a look at. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that super chat. All right. So JD, going back, any collaborations that deal with powering AI or something along those lines, I'm on board with. All right, I am on board with. All right. Ben, hold off on those. Rail I like. Out of all of those companies, and I did talk about that as one of my stock picks yesterday in AMA, Afternoon Market Action, Rail, for me, is the best play. Energy says I should give him 25 stocks. I should for that. Michael, though, I do. There you go. Michael says, celebrating VectorVest subscriber for 25 years. You want T-Row. Got you. 25-year subscriber, man. Again, all the new eyeballs that are in here, you're looking at actual subscribers. Let's go look at T-Row. Let's go put this on a 1-year graph first. A little choppy in the move. All right, still higher than it was a year ago. A little bit of a pullback right now. A little bit more volatile in the move. All right, long term, maybe not. Let's go look at a 6-month graph. Man, coming off of the high, it did, man, there's a lot of not, wow, holy smokies. Do you just, Joey, holy smokes, that, my friend, wow, is the biggest. We just got us a $200 super chat. Holy smokes. $200 freaking dollars.
Typo? Do we gotta send him some money back?
Dude, I don't know what we just do for that is huge. I don't know what to say. A $200 super chat, folks. Holy smokes. Wow. First thing I can say is thank you. That's the first thing I can say is thank you. Wow.
Get up and do the moonwalk.
I hold on. I'm gonna get up and ready? I moonwalk live. Holy smokes. That was amazing. Thank you so much. John, I'll give you whatever stocks you want. Holy smokes. David says, I'm a VectorVest member. I have 3 accounts. All up to date shows is 46, 40, and 26%. Holy, that is, wow. Woo. Thank you so,
wow.
That is.
Just leave it up the rest
of
the
yeah, you leave, wow. Whew. That's what this is. This is a double bagger video. This is a double bagger. Wow. I'm never at a loss for words, ever. Whew. Wow, that is amazing. Thank you so much. That's all I can say. Thank you so much. He gets whatever the hell he wants, a coffee money. Hey, send me an email, John, to connect at VectorVest.com. Send me an email at connect at VectorVest.com. We got to send you something. That is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I need you to send an email to connect at VectorVest.com. We're gonna send. We got to. All right. Whew, that took me off track a little bit. So let me get back on track. That was, wow. I'm gonna send Glenn to us. Hell, I'll go to your house. I'll go to knock on your door and say hello. I'll do that. Glenn is going to have breakfast at Tiffany's. I don't get that money. Me and Joey don't get that money. That goes to the channel. But thank you. That is amazing. All right, let me get back to this stock. Be careful with T-Row. I do like that it broke through the downtrend. Oh, man, I'd be very careful. A little bit of a rebound today. It's creating some semblance of a bullish harami. Watch the wick. Let me put this on a different graph. You guys know my 3 graph layouts. Let's go to MPI. I don't think the MPI is probably going to be a good graph. Interesting. I do have a little semblance of trend here. All right, let's go to Star Search. It's trying to get back into the fast lane. Let's go to the 3 and the 8. Oh, man, T-Row. T-Row's a tough play right now. If you're in it, though, I got an uptrend. You know, if you're in it, let's just say you're in it. I'm watching the 3-8 fail right at support, but bouncing off support, I'd leave it alone. Based on the shorter term play, the 3 and the 8, trend line, I'd leave it alone. I love the earnings per share. Love the earnings per share. If you're in it now, leave it alone. And it's undervalued. Other than that, I'm not going to tell you to buy into it right now. I'd wait for Star Search to get me back into it. And I would use Star Search along with a trend line. I'd use them both. All right, so now you have to stay for an extra hour. I will, and Joey will too if I have to. But I need to know, John, any particular stock or stocks you want to take a look at? All right. Was it? Hold on. Yeah, it was John. I need, if there's anything you want to see, you got to just type it in the chat. I will take a look at it for you. I will definitely take a look at it for you. All right. So as I looked, and this was for Michael, as I looked at T-Row, if you're in it, leave it alone. I'd like this trend line. That's probably your drop dead get out point right there. Does that make sense, Michael? That's your drop dead get out price right there is this trend line. If it falls below that, I'd probably take it off the table. Star Search shows that it wants to get back into the fast lane. The MPI shows we just got new trends starting right here. And in 3 and the 8, I like the most right now because of the trend line in the 3 and the 8. Does that make sense, Michael? Does that make sense? So that's what I think. All right. I still need, if you got stocks, I need stocks from you, John. All right. Man, that's a hell of a day, right? I'm ready to go home. Please give John 10 stocks, a sweatshirt, and a mug. I want John to give me some stocks. He hasn't got me any stocks. I wonder if he pushed the button and said, "Holy smokes, I paid that much," and he's crying. Or is he looking and he's going, "Oh man, I got to come up with some stocks." One of the two. But that's a hell of a day right there. All right, let's go back to the viewers. Those are the big name stocks. A couple of these are up nicely today. Let's go look at the big movers today. Let's look at all the ones that are up at least in the positive. Let's view the stock graph. So these were news driven. All right, there's QuantumScape. Put this on. I got it on a 3-month graph. News on the battery thingy. Negative earnings, but getting better. Nice jump on the news. Watch the big wick at the top. So yes, it is news driven, but the big wick at the top shows me that we're giving back some. All right, so there's some profit taking there. I'd be careful with QuantumScape. All right, let's go to the next one that's up, which is VKTX on the stock's ability to help with Alzheimer's. What I don't like is the earnings per share. Now, this doesn't surprise me though. Hey, Glenn, it's thank you for your past performance. There you go, John. I appreciate that, man. I totally appreciate that. I totally appreciate that. Now, when I look at this, based on the Alzheimer's news, no big wick at the top, so this is good news. The 3 and the 8 just crossed, and it's at a new 3-month high. And it broke through the most recent level of resistance. I'm looking for more follow through. This is a stock that I do want you to keep your eyes on because this is good news, especially when it all moves from GLP-1 to Alzheimer's. Let's go see if it's got follow through. Not a big wick at the top, but the bad earnings, and the reason why the bad earnings doesn't surprise me is because a lot of biomedical companies exhibit that. They put a lot of money out for stocks. They do in the research and everything. They put a lot of money out for that stuff. And then if the FDA says no, they lose all of that money. So a lot of biomedical stocks have earnings that look like this. But they try to keep a lot of stocks in the pipeline to make money. And that's why biomedical stocks tend to be a lot more speculative, a lot more aggressive for that reason. This is news that could drive VKTX higher. I want you to keep your eyes on that stock. If I'm thinking about getting in, though, I'm probably waiting for tomorrow to see if it can close or show me more room upside from this level of resistance. Next one is Tesla. Big move on Tesla. That's all by itself. Gapped up, 3A cross, RT cross, earnings still look poopy. This is news driven. Does it have legs to the upside? There's the 3-month high. I'm looking at 263.33. If we can get above that, the stock's going to have more legs to the upside. Now, that's going to be headwinds for the stock right now at 263.33. If it pulls back from that, then the news wasn't enough to sustain a continued upward move. All right, just keep that in mind. Let's go to the next stock, Whirlpool. undervalued. Now, one of the first stocks that we just looked at right now that is undervalued, they're doing the stuff the right way. Listen, they're being affected by higher prices, so they're charging higher prices. And guess what? So far, it's working out for them. Nice upward candle today. The wick is not nearly as big as the body. RT went above 1. Falling earnings. That makes sense. With all of the troubles, trying to sell stuff, that'll turn around if they can continue to make money off of the higher prices. All right, off of the higher prices. Next one, UPS. Interesting. Beat, but look at that, this closed candle. As quickly as it went up is as quickly as it's going down. So the price is higher than the prior day's close, right? But the price is lower than the open by a lot. Look at that. I'd be careful with UPS. News driven, nice jump. It's not following through. Palantir, I think the street thinks that Palantir is way overbought. Just way overvalued. I like Palantir. I'm going to show you something. Real quick. All right, this is a preview to one of the 2 videos that you're going to see this weekend. I'm going to double click on Palantir. Okay. What this does is shows me the stocks in that industry. I want you to see where Palantir sits. It's number 5 in the list. All right, and this is something that's very interesting. How many of you use performance graphs in the system? Type of 1. How many of you use performance graphs in VectorVest? Type of 1. And right now, I'm going to show you why utilizing a performance graph is so important, especially with stocks that you're very interested in. And I own Palantir, and I like it the whole 9 yards. See these 5 stocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show you something. So these are the stocks that are in this industry. There's 47. Palantir pops up as number 5 by VST. One, that makes you think a little bit. Am I in the right stock in the space? All right. So I'm going to go open up a graph real quick. And I'm going to open up a performance graph. I'm going to take those 5 stocks that we looked at, which were you. Know what I mean? But you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. All right. So there's the 5 stocks that were in the industry. Watch this. And I'm comparing them to the VVC. Wow. And I'm going to put this on the last 1 year. You has outperformed the VVC tremendously. Value versus price? No. This is not value. This is not price. When we look at a performance graph, they both start from the value of 0. All I'm doing is tracking the performance, not price move. Tracking the performance over my, in this case, 1 year time period. Over the last year, how about the composite was outperforming you? And then you just broke up and took off. This is a good way when I can find these breakouts on performance. That's a good time to think about getting into the stock. Look at that. All right, let's go put on the next stock, FTNT. Ooh, better than the composite, but not nearly as good as you. Palo Alto. The second one now behind you. All right. Outperforming FTNT. Let's go put on Checkpoint. Look at that. Now it's number 2 on the last year as well. And let's go look at Palantir over the last year. Palantir blows everybody out the water. So now from a long-term perspective, I'm in the right play. Palantir is outperforming all of them over the last year. All right, let's say I'm a swing trader. Let's put this on a 6-month graph performance. Ooh. How about Checkpoint? Which one? This is Palantir, and this is you. How about, did you know that even though I'm liking Palantir, did any of you know that you is keeping up with Palantir? Interesting. Type of 1 in the room if you knew that. Type of 2 if this is brand new information to you. Type of 1 in the room if you knew that. Type of 2 in the room if this is brand new information to you. Now, why I like this performance graph, looking at it from a different perspective from a swing trade, I like Palantir, but now I might have found that I like another stock as well. All right, now that's on 6 month. Let's go put this on the 3-month graph. Oh, how about you is outperforming Palantir on a shorter term? So I can still love me some Palantir and be like, ho, 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 I just found another stock in the same space that's doing better than Palantir. Mike says, how do you justify price as value is so low? Now, let's talk about price and value. So the ideal point, and I'm going to put this on one more point, 1 month, whereas over the last month, though, Palantir is outperforming. The purpose behind looking at the performance graph is always to make sure no matter what stock you're in, are you in the right stock? And let's talk about Tesla. Let me talk about price and value first. The idea is we want to be in safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price. Palantir is way overvalued. Does that concern me? A little bit. That just means that we as investors in Palantir are willing to pay a premium to own the stock, a big premium. Why are we willing to pay a premium? Because a lot of people like me know that Palantir has gotten a lot of contracts globally. And for what they do, a lot of people are reaching out to them to do analysis for them. So yes, I'm with you, Mike, in regards to the stock being way overvalued. And I'm of the mindset, if you're not comfortable being in overvalued stocks, don't play them. I know that this is an aggressive play. It does make money, relative safety above 1. It is in an uptrend. It does have double-digit earnings growth. It's got a CI above 1, which tells me that it's not super volatile. All right? If you're not comfortable playing overvalued stocks, don't play them. But you're going to find right now in the current market's conditions, a lot of stocks are overvalued. That's because a lot of people don't have money in the bank. Where they're putting it? In the stock market. More money going into the stock market is going to go into more stocks, driving the stock's price higher. If this was another situation where people were putting money in the banks, you'd find a lot less overvalued stocks. Does that make sense, Mike? The reason why most stocks, or a lot of stocks in the market, look at Tesla, way overvalued. But it's up 20% today. All right. The reason why there's a lot more overvalued stocks is because people are not putting it into the bank, they're putting it into the stock market. And you know what's way undervalued? Google and Meta. After have been way overvalued, Alex, because they've gotten beaten up, they've now gone down below their value, which makes them look as really good buy opportunities. I believe you were short Tesla. Let's talk about Tesla. All right, let's talk about Tesla. Let's do the same thing with Tesla. All right, I'm going to bring up Tesla. I got to write these down. Where does Tesla sit? Now, looking at all of the other stocks in the space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even the big name of Tesla, and all of the stocks, auto truck manufacturing, Tesla's number 6 by VST. Let's go write these stocks down. GM, this is a good way. I love this question. Race, what is that? Ferrari, yeah. AURBLBD and Tesla. Anybody ever been over to Japan or something? I've driven a Bluebird. I thought Bluebird was the off name for Nissan in Japan. That's what I think. Anybody back me up on that? I never confirmed that. I think Bluebird is the off name for Nissan in Japan. I've driven a Bluebird. All right. And the first time I ever driven a Bluebird was the first time I ever drove a car with the stick shift on the column. In Japan, first we're driving on the wrong side of the road, and then secondly, I got the stick shift on the column. Never did that before until Japan. All right, let's go back to the performance graph. Let's talk about Tesla. Let's talk about Tesla stock. Let's talk about all the rocks. Let's talk about all the stocks in Tesla that can be. Let's talk about Tesla. All right, let's talk about Tesla. TSLA, comma, what else? GM, comma REE, comma RACE, comma AUR, comma BLBD, comma TSLA. Oh, I think Tesla was already in there. I don't need that twice. I'm missing a stock, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. All right. So now, the question was, I thought you were bearish on Tesla. Well, let me tell you why. Let's put this on a 1-year graph looking at the VVC. All right, 1 year, VVC. Let's go look at Tesla. Yeah, why was I bearish on Tesla? Well, over the last year, looking at even the VVC, it wasn't outperforming the VVC. All right, so, yeah. I was bearish on Tesla. The news came out. The earnings came out. That's what drove the stock's price higher. It's strictly an earnings play, news play. Let's go look at GM. Way outperforming Tesla. Let's go look at Way outperforming all of them. Let's go look at Ferrari. In the middle of the pack. Let's go look at Aurora. Way up here as well. So now I'm looking at, so you say that I thought you were bearish on Tesla. Look at where Tesla is. Look at where Tesla is amongst its peers. Yes, I was bearish on Tesla. Absolutely. I had no other reason but to be bearish on Tesla, which is why, and there's Bluebird, which is why I sit back and I say, when looking at a Tesla graph, when looking at it, do I want that one? When looking at a Tesla graph, am I feeling real warm and fuzzy about Tesla? There's a 3-month graph. There's a 6-month graph. There's a 1-year graph. Noticing that Tesla is right, even with the news, is right at this 1-year high of 263.15. If I'm thinking that Tesla's, and that was all, look at that, prior to that, it was below the level of support. Yes, I was bearish on Tesla. Big news jump today, but one day doesn't make a trend. One day doesn't make a trend. You want me to add in Rivian? So, yeah, I'm standing by. I was bearish on Tesla. RIVN. Rivian. Let's throw Rivian on here. Look at where it is. It's way down here. Rivian is way at the bottom of the list. Let's go look at XPeng. Now I'm going to look at just the Chinese stocks down there. XPeng. It's XPEV. I should know it. XPEV. Let's take a look at it. Where is it? Look at these. Let's go look at NIO. All right, so now I'm looking at more. This is why I'm bearish on Chinese EVs. Look at NIO way down here. So are there some cars in the space, in that manufacturing space, that are doing better than Tesla? Just about all of them. Just about all of them. So yeah, I was bearish on Tesla. Going back to the graph, Tesla's got to show me something. It's got to get past this level of 263.15. If it does, then at least it's showing me that it's got legs to the upside. It is way overvalued. It's still in a channel, so I stand behind it. I'm still bearish on Tesla. This is 1-day move. Lucid is doing worse than any other. So, at the end of that, I don't mind. I put all those Chinese ones up here. What did you just said? Lucid? I'll put that up there. LCID. Let's go take a look at it. Yeah, now you see why I'm bearish on the Chinese EV companies. And I'm comparing them to their peers. I'm comparing these companies to the peers. So, yeah, you're right. I'm still Bluebird of buses. Thank you, Lee. I'm still standing on that. Can you add Rolls-Royce? Rolls-Royce doesn't fit in this space. Rolls-Royce doesn't fit in this space. If I'm going to look at Rolls-Royce, then I'm going to look at the other companies that are in that space. Let's go to viewers real quick, and I will add RYCEY. We'll look at Rolls-Royce, and if I want to compare Rolls-Royce, who just asked me about that? No, I'm not adding Nextroff. If I want to look at who just asked me about Rolls-Royce? I forgot who just did. Whoever did, but I would double-click on Rolls-Royce to see what other companies, and then I would do the same performance analysis. There we go. All right, Joby is in there. That's the only other name. AVAV, Joby. There's only 3 names in here that I really, really know. All right. So, was that useful information, what I just did with the performance graph? Yes or no? And I think that if you're not already doing that with any stock that you own, you should be. because you want to know, no matter how good you think your stock is, as I showed you with Palantir, I want to look at its peers and I want to see where that stock sits in its peers. And guess what? I may pick up another stock in that space that could be better. Would you go long Boeing? Let's go take a look. View the stock graph. Would I go long Boeing? Put this on a 3-month graph. I'm on a 3-month graph. Why? Woo. What tells me that I should be going long with Boeing? I got nothing. I feel like Whitney Houston. I got nothing. I got nothing. Let's put this on a 1 year, and let's go to my three go-tos. All right, let's go to so I'm in the 3.8. Let's go to the MPI. Nope. Now I got an early entry. I got a trigger on the MPI, but I'm not. Nope. And let's go to Star Search. Nope. I'm not. All three of my go-tos are telling me no. So there you go, Steve. All three of my go-tos are telling me no. Do you keep TSLQ? Ooh, not on a day. That's a good question. Do I? Oh, one day doesn't make a trend. That's a great question. Do I take TSLQ? It's a great question. Because I'm thinking that maybe it doesn't have legs, do I still hold it? It's down 42%. The answer to your question, well, it's because it's leverage, isn't it? Could be. 40, is that really 42%? Hell no, I don't keep it. I should have gotten out of it today. But let's go take a look at that. No. Now, I know Ryan bought it. He got stopped out of it. I know Ryan bought it yesterday. He got stopped out of it. All right, and it wasn't a fast lane going into earnings. This downside of it wasn't until then the earnings report came out and killed it. Then the earnings report came out. I don't hold it. It's in a slow lane. Boeing, I would sell premium. Nothing wrong with selling premium, but I would sell a covered. If I own it, I would sell. Or I do a poor man's covered call. Sell the call, buy the put. You know, I can do a covered call without owning the stock. Sell the call, buy the put. I could do that. Same thing, without having to own the stock. So I love the questions today in regards to some of these stocks. I wanted to take a moment once we went down that path to show you the power of looking at a performance graph, because it is powerful. It is powerful. You can't do that anyplace else. It is powerful. All my new people in the room, I want to invite you all right now to potentially hit the subscribe button and become a member of VV Nation. All right, a lot of great stuff is going on today. You heard a lot from our own VectorVest subscribers. If you're brand new to this channel, one, thank you for being here today. But number two, I want you to consider hitting the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. Why did you get into SoFi? Because I was looking around at it. There was news on it, and I saw the graph, and I decided, hey, dude, don't be so mad. It is overvalued. It does have good upside potential. It's got a relative safety below 1, so it makes it a more of aggressive play. It's got RT. It's in an uptrend, a good uptrend. Got a good VST. The CI tells me that the stock is a little bit more volatile. I'm willing to do that. And it's got an earnings growth rate of 34%. Let's right-click. Let's view the stock graph. A lot of what I did with SoFi was buy on the news, but I also noticed that from a Star Search perspective, the stock is in the fast lane. I got a little bit of a candle that's telling me to be wary, but as long as it stays in the fast lane, I'm taking a chance on SoFi. Bottom left, top right, nice pinch and breakout to the upside. Could have been in way back here, but I didn't. And now, could I have been buying at the top of this? And actually, I could have been. It did gap up. I am going to use this level of about $10.53 as a level to get out. As a DCAM, as a level to get out. Because I could have actually bought at the top. I could have, but I'm going to give it a little bit more room. I like what the stock has with the exception of the safety. In the news on it, I forgot what the news story was, but I bought on the news. But it could have been a mistake. I could have bought at the top, but I'm going to use this level of 1053 as a level to get out. Does that make sense, DCAM? If you buy SoFi today, what's your stop price? Fred, did I just not answer that for you? Absolutely, I did. Absolutely, I did. That level of about $10.53. All right, that level about 10.53. And guess what? If I get out of it, I take a small loss, just in case I did buy at the top. All right, just in case I did buy at the top. All right, how can I get into the performance graph? I have VectorVest. So Dennis, when you go to graphs, click on Add New, go over to where it says Stock, click on it, and go down to Performance. It will automatically bring up the VVC for you. It will automatically put the VVC on the graph for you. And then you can add whatever stocks you want. And you know something? If you want to now look at a performance of all of the stocks that you do own, they may not all be in the same industry. But if you want to look at all of the stocks that you do own, this is a good way to see which ones are the best and which ones are hurting you. How about that? You know something? I've gone over today, but I went outside of what I normally do to give a little bit extra information and education. If I don't look at any more of your stocks today, are you okay with that? Yes or no? I think that I put a lot into today. We got freaking $200 super chat. I put a lot into today. All right. So if I don't look at your stocks today, now if I have to look at stocks, I will. But I'm just asking, is it okay if I don't look at any of your stocks today? Dennis says, I click Add New. It just opens up another graph window. Once it does that, just click on it. Click on that graph window. See where it says empty right there? Click on it. And now I can go and look at performance. There you go. John says no. Yes, as always, you and Joey are great. Thank you, Troy. Now it's time for power. Is it really? No, man, because I'm sitting there and go, did I miss Power Hour? Oh, man, I got a little nervous there. Joey, can you do 100 stocks for Glenn? Great session today, Glenn. Thank you, Michael. Michael, again, thank you for your super chat. Man, thank you all you guys were amazing today. That was huge. Dennis, give our product support staff a call. Let them help you out. I do need a bourbon today. Today I do need a bourbon. Joey, you want to go out for a drink after this live stream?
Go out for two.
All right, we need to go out for two. We need us a drink. Today was an amazing day as far as super chat. Hopefully I was able to match the intensity of the super chat with the energy and the analysis and engagement today. There you go. Thank you for that, John. John says, what a great live stream. Excellent. All right, so how many likes did we get? 76. Let's see if we can get 100 before we leave. When to get into SoFi. I got into it today, Serpent. I'm in it today, but I'd be careful because looking at the graph, today's graph, I could have bought at the high, and I gave you my stop price or when I'm thinking about getting out in case it does want to pull back. I could have pulled the trigger at the high. I did buy news, but I also looked at the stock before I jumped on board. So I could have bought at the high. I'm telling you to be careful. I'm not telling you to buy it now. Look and wait for tomorrow's activity, see if you get follow through. But if it falls below that level of the stop that I gave you, I would probably tell you if you did get into it, you probably want to get out of it. And I'm going to be looking at that today. Woo! How about Greg says, thanks, Glenn. Learned something new again. I've been in SoFi for a couple of weeks. Most profit in my account this week. Way to go, Roger. All right. I'm going to go. I'm getting ready because I'm getting ready to be in a traveling state of mind. I'll be gone for the next 4 days. So I won't be here tomorrow and I won't be here on Monday, but I've got videos recorded already for Friday and Monday. I need you guys to hit the like button on those videos and share them. By the time I come back, I want to see like 5,000 views on each one of those videos. I want to see.
And Ryan will be doing your live streams?
Ryan will be doing the mobile app live stream tomorrow, and Ryan will be doing the midday market update on Monday. I didn't want to leave him with the videos that I have to do as well. All right. So, later, Gators. I'm getting ready to go. Andrew, I'm not ignoring you, but I'm getting ready to go, my friend. I am getting ready to go. All right. With that being said, folks, I will see you next Tuesday. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Praying for people all over the world. Remember, we all need to look out for each other. If we all did, we'd be a better society. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.